Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Mini Classroom. This session is designed for C1 level English learners. Today, we will analyze a reading comprehension passage from the 2024 postgraduate entrance exam, which explores the significance and evolution of everyday objects, specifically nails, and their impact on society. This article is an excellent material for improving our English comprehension and discussion skills. Nearly 2,000 years ago, as the Romans began to pull out of Scotland, they left behind a curious treasure, 10 tons of nails, nearly 1 million of the things. The nail hoard was discovered in 1960 in a 4-meter deep pit, covered by 2 meters of gravel. Why had the Romans buried 1 million nails? The likely explanation is that the withdrawal was rushed, and they didn't want the local Caledonians getting their hands on 10 tons of weapon-grade iron. The Romans buried the nails so deep that they would not be discovered for almost 2 millennia. Later civilizations would value the skilled blacksmith's labor in a nail even more than the raw material, as Roma Agrawal explains in her new delightful book Nuts and Bolts. Early 17th century Virginians would sometimes burn down their homes if they were planning to relocate. This was an attempt to recover the valuable nails, which could be reused after sifting the ashes. The idea that one might burn down an entire house just to reclaim the nails underlines how scarce, costly, and valuable the simple-seeming technology was. The price of nails fell by 90% between the late 1700s and mid-1900s, as economist Daniel Seichel points out in a research paper. According to Seichel, although the falling price of nails was driven partly by cheaper iron and cheaper energy, most of the credit goes to nail manufacturers, who simply found more efficient ways to turn steel into nails. Nails themselves have changed over the years, but Seichel studied them because they haven't changed much. Roman lamps and Roman chariots are very different from light-emitting diode strips and sports cars, but Roman nails are still clearly nails. It would be absurd to try to track the changing price of sports cars since 1695. But to ask the same question of nails makes perfect sense. I make no apology for being obsessed by a particular feature of everyday objects, their price. I am an economist, after all. After writing 2 books about the history of inventions, one thing I've learned is that while it is the enchantingly sophisticated technologies that get all the hype, it's the cheap technologies that change the world. The Gutenberg printing press transformed civilization not by changing the nature of writing but by changing its cost. And it would have achieved little without a parallel collapse in the price of surfaces to write on, thanks to an often overlooked technology called paper. Solar panels had a few niche uses until they became cheap. Now they are transforming the global energy system. Now that we have read the article, I would like you to reflect on the following questions and share your thoughts. 1. The Romans buried the nails probably for the sake of what? 2. The example of early 17th century Virginians is used to illustrate what? 3. What played the major role in lowering the price of nails after the late 1700s? 4. What can be learned from paragraph 5 about nails? Please leave your answers in the comments below and let's see how well you understand the complexities of this exam section. Remember, engaging in discussions about real exam questions is a great way to improve your language skills. Thank you for watching English Mini Classroom. See you next time.